Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I'd like to thank you for all your years of support through the years. As a result, this channel has grown and allowed me an equity partnership in carmarshal.com. Please take the time to check them out. They help you buy and sell your next car, even have a negotiating tool to save you from the hassle of haggling with multiple dealers. The link is in the description below. Please click and help support and give if you can too through PayPal or Patreon. Thanks again.
Well, tonight we are digging into what led to the death of a Knoxville man after an alleged altercation with a sheriff's deputy in Louisiana.
Yeah, this after friends of the family urged us to learn more about what happened. Now, we first brought you this story on Wednesday. According to the Lincoln Parish Sheriff's Office, Joshua Cloud was stopped by a deputy on Tuesday in Simsboro, Louisiana. Investigators say the 22-year-old and the deputy got into an altercation and then shots were exchanged. But now we're learning new information about Cloud that is raising some questions tonight.
WATE 6 on your side reporter Bridget Bjorlo joins us in the newsroom with what we're learning tonight. Bridget.
Kristen and Ryan, I spoke with a number of Joshua's friends and loved ones today who all told me the same thing, that they're shocked and heartbroken over Josh's death and that the entire incident seemed just out of character. I also spoke with an eyewitness who says he didn't have to die.
We just want answers. We want answers and we want justice.
Loved ones devastated after learning that their friend Joshua Cloud of Knoxville was killed in an officer-involved shooting.
It just doesn't make a lot of sense. I just don't. It's still baffling to me, really. Like, it's still hard to fathom the simple fact that he got shot and killed by shooting an officer. It's very uncharacteristic.
According to the Lincoln Parish Sheriff's Office, the deputy stopped the 22-year-old in his car in Simsboro, Louisiana, across the street from Simsboro High School. A janitor at the school seeing part of an altercation unfold between Joshua and the deputy.
I heard 2 or 3 gunshots, and when I looked back up from flinching, I seen Joshua by his car, and I seen the officer had the gun pointed at Joshua. By this time, the dog was grabbing on Joshua's shirt and trying to take him down, and all I could hear is Joshua saying, "What did I do?" Now family and friends are trying to piece together what happened.
Very happy, very loving person, always interested in other people, and intelligent, extremely intelligent. And one thing that wasn't mentioned in the report of what happened is that he's legally deaf, entirely deaf I think in one ear and partially deaf in the other.
The 22-year-old recently graduating with an electrical engineering degree from the University of Alabama. He spent the summers working as a raft guide in the Smokies.
He was awesome. I mean, he was just a sweet and kind individual. He always pushed all of us to do better and to be what we dreamt we could be and follow our dreams.
And now, as loved ones mourn Joshua's death, they want an explanation as to just what went wrong.
We just want answers for what happened to our friend.
Moments ago, I confirmed with TBI that Joshua did not have an adult criminal history here in Tennessee. I'm also told that his family is currently preparing for Josh's funeral. One visitation will be held right here in Knoxville. That's happening tomorrow. The other one will be held on Sunday. That one is in Chattanooga. Ryan, Kristen.
All right, Bridget, thank you so much. And there's currently an active investigation into this incident.
Now, we reached out to the Lincoln Parish Sheriff's Office to get some questions answered, but so far we haven't heard back from them. Of course, once we do, we'll let you know what happens.
Get murdered yesterday by a police officer. The reason why I say murdered, because he killed the damn man. But anyway, on my side, I'm taking a smoke break, and then I hear that taser go off, the police taser go off. So then I get up to look and see what's going on. I see the police trying to tase the guy, but it didn't work. So I reached in my pocket to grab my phone, and by the time I got back up to record, I seen the police officer and the guy that were wrestling. And I looked back down to grab my walkie-talkie to report it to the school. And by the time I was finna look up, I heard 2 or 3 shots. Pow, pow, pow. So when I looked up, I seen the police officer pointing his gun at the guy. I see the guy by his truck, and the police dog is grabbing the guy by his shirt. So the guy's extending his arm trying to keep the police dog at bay. And as he's doing that, I hear the guy saying, "What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do?" And the police officer just kept saying, "Get down on the ground. Get down, get down, get down." Next, I seen the guy bust a move. I don't know if he was towards the police officer. I don't think he was. I think he was running away from the police officer. But anyway, I heard shots go off. Pow, pow, pow. And once I looked up from flinching, I seen the guy slowly falling to the ground. And man, I never saw a guy get murdered before. I never seen anyone get murdered before in real life. It's different from when you see it on TV, from when it's a real life situation. And the guy's on the ground. I see the officer that works in the school. He's rushing out to the scene to see what's going on. And by then I can tell the guy was dead because he wasn't moving. And all I can hear is the guy saying, "What did I do? What did I do? What did I do?" And for me to witness that is hard. Like, I still see that in my mind like it just happened a couple of seconds ago. But anyway, the police, they took me in the principal's office for questioning. They questioned me. I had a video. The video didn't show everything. It showed them wrestling, and it showed the guy laying on the ground. Like, I had a lot going on. And then they took my phone, took it to the station to get the video off my phone. And during that, they erased the video off my phone. So I'm just waiting on more information like everyone else is waiting on more information. I don't know if the guy had a gun. You know, I don't know that for sure. I don't know if the guy had drugs. I don't know if the guy had a warrant. I don't know what reason the police officer pulled him over. But if the police officer had no reason to arrest that man, then that is considered an unlawful arrest. And if that's an unlawful arrest, then that guy has his rights to defend himself at all costs. And I'm pro-black, and I'm all about black people, but at that moment, I didn't see black or white man getting murdered, getting killed. I saw a man getting killed, a man that could have.
Cops kill deaf electrical engineer, detain the only witness and delete his video. Police claim a deaf man was shot and killed after he opened fire on an officer, but they destroyed the video taken by a witness who says they are lying. By Jack Burns, September 3, 2017. A storm of controversy is brewing in Lincoln Parish, Louisiana, after a police officer killed a deaf electrical engineer this past week in broad daylight outside Simsboro High School. The man, Joshua Cloud, was a graduate of the University of Alabama's School of Engineering. By all accounts, he was a happy, healthy, respectful, generous, and kind human being. But by the official police statements, he shot at a police officer and was gunned down as a result. The only problem with the official story is that it does not match up with an eyewitness accounts of the shooting. One witness is calling Cloud's death an act of murder. Quentin Crow is a school security guard at Simsboro High. He said he was taking a smoke break when he heard a police taser being deployed. Crow said he grabbed his camera and began recording. He observed a white male wrestling and fighting with an officer. The man began asking the officer, shouting in fear, "What did I do?" Crow said the officer deployed a canine police dog on the man and said the man busted a move and he believed began to run in the opposite direction. It was at that instant that the shots rang out and Crow said he saw the man fall, laying lifeless on the ground. Here's Crow's first-hand account of what he saw. Advertisement. Even though Crow never once mentioned seeing the man with a gun, the Lincoln Parish Sheriff's Department issued the following statement, saying not only did Cloud have a gun, but he shot the deputy first. Today, August 29, one of our Lincoln Parish Sheriff's deputies conducted a traffic stop in Simsboro, LA. During the course of the stop, the suspect, a white male believed to be from the state of Tennessee, became non-compliant and combative. The suspect produced a weapon and fired, striking out deputy in his duty vest. Our deputy returned fire on the suspect. The suspect was subsequently pronounced dead at the scene. This incident occurred in very close proximity to the Simsboro school. Out of caution, the school was placed on temporary lockdown until the scene was secured. As is standard operating procedure for this department, the Louisiana State Police will be the agency investigating this incident. Any inquiries into this incident should be directed to the PIO for the Louisiana State Police, or the Louisiana State Police, Bureau of Investigations, Monroe, LA, Field Office. Names have been withheld, pending the notification of next of kin. I would like to offer thanks to the outpouring of appreciation and concern that this office has received from the public and surrounding jurisdictions. Sheriff Mike Stone. Sheriff Stone's statements stand in stark contrast to the eyewitness account, as well as the character witness testimony of dozens of Cloud's friends, many of whom now believe the police are covering up a murder. As a result, Cloud's friends are now accusing the sheriff's deputy, Officer Kyle Luker, of killing Cloud and creating the narrative he shot the engineer in self-defense. They are saying Cloud was likely shot for not complying with Luker's commands, something he could not possibly have heard as he is legally deaf. Read more. Man's car seized as an illegal cab after driving wife to work. Fueling their suspicions is Crow's own admission that police took his phone and deleted the video of the incident. Even though Lincoln Parish Sheriff's Department detectives told him they are in possession of his cell phone recording and will use it as evidence, none of Cloud's friends are accepting that conclusion. They are saying the police department and Sheriff Stone are engaged in an active cover-up of an officer-involved shooting that looks more like a murder. Zach Cooley, formerly with the U.S. Navy, commented on the Sheriff's Department page, "You obviously have no clue who he murdered." Another friend, Chris Schneider, responded with what one could describe as seething anger. He wrote, "Where's the video evidence? The victim was a solid human being with respect, dignity, and poise. A total law-abiding American citizen." He described the incident as possibly a mistake. Cops mess up, they're people too, and like people they cover up things when they mess up, unfortunately. Schneider pointed out how not all police can be trusted, as TFTP has reported. In Baltimore, MD, several officers were implicated in planting evidence on a suspect. He drew the appropriate analogy. "I guess everyone supporting this cop on here doesn't see the hard evidence on the news around the US of cops planting drugs and weapons on innocent people and taking them to jail for a crime they never committed. Or a cop shooting an innocent man to death in front of his own daughter 2 feet away from him in a car." Cloud's friend then openly accused the police department of lying and covering up the truth. "There is a real story that isn't being shared with the public. Shame on you. I hope true, honest and fair justice will be served here. You have hundreds of people around the country weighing sick in on this case that are close with this victim." Schneider then called on the police department and Sheriff Stone to reveal the truth and stop trying to protect their officer. "Hope you do the right thing for the right reason. Would be a shame to see a wonderful human being's life get swept under the floor because a cop had no integrity, and neither did a whole police force in a Louisiana community. You are being watched and accounted for. And if you feel threatened by that, then you're in the wrong. Because at the end of the day, when you take off that uniform, you are just like me and everyone else in your communities. You are nothing special." Drew Glines, another of Cloud's friends, is questioning the official police narrative as well. He wrote, "Joshua Cloud was legally deaf. And was one of the kindest, most sincere, genuine, selfless individuals I have had the opportunity to encounter. I am privileged to call him my friend. He would never have endangered someone's life, police or otherwise, if he did not feel his life was in imminent danger. I eagerly await video and audio evidence of this encounter. BC, this is not as cut and dry as, bad guy shot cop, cop fired back. When should we expect that more details will be released? The details the police should release immediately are the gun with its serial number, make and model, and more importantly, the video that Crow took and police have deleted. Read more. Video, law professor and cop agree, never ever talk to the cops, even if you are innocent. Any dashcam or body camera footage should also be released, as well as security camera footage of the incident recorded from Simsboro High School, where police reportedly took Crow to confiscate his cell phone footage. Such confusion and unanswered questions exist surrounding the officer-involved shooting that releasing those details in a timely manner may dispel all doubt about whether or not Cloud was murdered, as Crow alleges, or was killed in self-defense, as Sheriff Stone contends. Schneider is demanding hard evidence be presented and promises he is not going to sit idly by as police try to push their own narrative of last week's deadly encounter with police. I already messaged them, emailed them, and writing the state later today. There needs to be noise made over this. I'll be damned if I let a guilty man still continue to serve that community while my friend is dead, he emphatically wrote. Cassidy McCool is Cloud's girlfriend. She, too, vouched for his character as a reply to Sheriff Stone's contention that her boyfriend was shot and killed because he opened fire on deputies. She called it murder what happened to her boyfriend. She wrote, "My boyfriend, Joshua Cloud, was the single most level-headed and calm-mannered man I have ever known. I have never even seen him get upset or angry. Never has he ever been violent, he has always been a lover, not a fighter. He was just on the way home from a long summer away from home. He was legally deaf and does not wear hearing aids. He probably did not understand what the officer was saying and he murdered my soulmate. I need to know what this officer did to my boyfriend. I need video evidence. I need to know what you did to Josh. Josh was the most rational and ingenious man I have ever known, and he just attained his degree in electrical engineering. What did that cop do to my boyfriend? Why did you murder my boyfriend?" Joshua Cloud was from Knoxville, Tennessee. He was buried on Sunday. His death marks the 806th death by cop in 2017. Update: we received the following written statement from Cloud's fiancée Cassidy McCool. She stated there's still a lot of unanswered questions surrounding his death. This is what the Louisiana State Police investigators have told us. The Louisiana State Police investigator has confirmed that there is an ongoing investigation on the death of Joshua Mark Cloud, a Tennessee native. Joshua was shot twice in the back while trying to get away from an attack dog after being tossed with a taser gun and a cattle prod taser. They said Joshua was pulled over for speeding on Interstate 20 in Lincoln Parish in Louisiana. Josh had exited off the interstate and proceeded down the road before the police car turned on their lights. Josh then pulled over in front of the Simsboro High School. The officer says Joshua refused to sign a speeding ticket. The officer told Josh to get out of the car. The officer did not tell him why he needed to get out of the truck. The officer turned Josh around, pushed him against his truck and put one handcuff on his arm. Then they said Josh did a spin move to look at the officer. Josh was mostly deaf from birth and everyone in his life knew that he must read your lips to understand what you are saying. This movement initiated the officer's violence and Josh was only trying to see what he was saying. They said it did not shoot properly and Josh pulled them off of him, so then the officer tossed Josh with a cattle prod taser. Josh then fell back into his truck stunned by the taser. Here is where it gets sketchy. According to the report, they said that somehow Josh's gun fell into the floorboard and was in a holster and somehow went off while they were tussling in the truck after Josh was tossed. The officer could not even say that the gun was in his hand. This is when they claim the officer was shot in this vest. The office also claims that he threw the gun behind him on the ground. After the tussle in the truck, the officer pushed a button on his vest and set his police dog loose to attack Josh. Josh had one handcuff on his arm and the dog was latched onto his arm, when Josh started screaming, "What did I do? What did I do?" Josh had one handcuff on his arm, the dog was latched onto his arm, and then Josh tried to get away from the dog when that man shot Josh in the back twice. Joshua's last words were, "What did I do? What did I do?" before he was shot in the back twice and killed. Why would he scream that if he just shot a cop? My soulmate was murdered because he was deaf. He tried to turn around to read the officer's lips and see what the officer was saying when being handcuffed, and the officer subsequently tossed him with a taser gun, tossed him with a cattle prod taser, set an attack dog on him, and murdered him by shooting him in the back. Also, if a person is shot in the chest with a revolver at even a range of 10 feet, then you get the wind knocked out of you and you would be stunned and on your back for at least 5 minutes. Somehow this officer was able to sustain a gunshot at only inches to 2 feet away. Then the officer was somehow able to proceed to releasing his dog and accurately shooting Josh in the back almost immediately after the officer was shot. This does not make sense at all. There is something very wrong here. Read more. Middle school student in military-style jacket sparks police action and school lockdown.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I found that I had to make a change this ending on my videos, letting you know about the channel and fair use laws, you know, how we can report on other people's reporting and how it's good, how it's bad, etc. But you guys can look it up yourself. It is legal. It's in there. But like I've told you before, that I've been cut off from making money on YouTube for 4 years. It's really weird, bizarre, but they cut the money off, but they said you can keep the channel, and now YouTube makes all the money. And if you get bored, plug it into Social Blade website, and you'll see that they are making a huge amount off the site. Right now it's at 63 million views, 53,000 subscribers, almost 3 million views a month. You know, trying to wake people up, and I make nothing. In fact, I got a customer that's ex-congressman. He said if I could ever find a lawyer, sue YouTube on it. But because this is nuts. 4 hours a day, and to save America. You know, but at the same time, it's worth it. Look at what our founding fathers did. They died for this country. So, but getting back to the money part, this is why I'm redoing the video. Is my dream of everyone giving $1, and it's going to be $53,000 a year, or if they did Patreon, which you know, can be monthly. That is not working. That'd be great if it did. Nothing is perfect. And I appreciate the people that do donate, you know, what they can on PayPal. And there again, I'm letting you guys know that is not much. Is, you know, monthly is, oh my god. So anyways, yes, you cannot live on it. It's very, very, very low amount. But the dollar things, I do appreciate that. But when I first said everybody give $1, that's not working. I'm just letting you guys know it's, yeah, that's that dream. Everybody gives $1. 53,000 subscribers, it's not working. So yes, if you can give more than that, you know, I appreciate it. Like I said, you know, I'm in a unique situation where, you know, we're already debt free, and I'm not rich, but with the little business that we have, I am able to do what I am able to do 45 hours a day, you know, letting you guys know what's going on. In 4 years, I've did the whole thing myself. 12,000 videos on there. I literally get emails where people are like, holy crap, I never knew it was this bad. And it is this bad, and it's getting worse every day because we have the internet, we have cell phones, we have cameras everywhere now, and it's just disgusting what's going on. And then, as you guys know too, now we got Trump, we got Jeff Sessions doing a war on drugs, and now he wants to go after the forfeiture laws again. It's just unfreaking real. So if you can give more than that dream of everybody giving $1, yeah, that old video, that's not working. They're not, they're just not. So anyways, if you can give more than that dream is not working. Hardly anybody is giving. There you go. So that's why I'm remaking the video. If you can give more than that, that would be great. And there again, like I said, the Patreon's there. There is some people on there that are starting to give, but there again, it's very, very low. And like I said, I don't want to get rich off of that. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because, you know, it's still so stinking corrupt. It's not even funny. My court case that I'm going to be paying out of my pocket myself with Charlotte County's coming up. They illegally looked me up and then posted all my information on LEOAFFAIRS website. They basically doxed me, however you want to say that. I forget what the word is, and they outed me, man. And that information on that site went out to 500 sheriffs, deputies, people that work at the jail, etc., etc., etc. So, yeah, it is very, very scary, but we're going to do a federal case, 1983 case, violating freedom of speech. We have 17 cameras in the house now. We got 2 cameras in the car. I always carry a camera plus a cell phone. A lot of people are highly recommending I get a vest now. If I could, if the wife would let me, I would run for sheriff. We are trying to push the thing nationwide right now, where just to mix it up and to get the topics out there is register to run for sheriff, NPA, no party affiliation, as a write-in, and that is completely free, and you can participate in the elections. And there's a lot of stuff. We got a guy, James McLinnis in Pinellas County, Tampa, who almost won. He experienced the corruption himself. The story is unbelievable. Look him up. It's mind-blowing what they did. It pissed him off. He is very, very smart. He has way more money than I did. He ran for sheriff at the last 3 months last year in 2016 and almost won. He got all of the black vote. And the reason why he did that is because he ran in, I will not bust, we're in Florida, I will not bust anybody for weed anymore unless it's an ungodly huge amount, like pounds. And then he also ran in, no more victimless crimes, no more of this freaking road pirate bull crap. And then he was going to cut the budget by 30%. And when you think about that, you can. If you stop the road pirates, you can get rid of a bunch of people. Gone. So, the wife has been saying, yes, I can, yes, I can't. So I don't know. We're trying to find somebody that can do it because I am busy doing this anyways. But, so I'm making a video, like I said, that $1 a month from everybody, you know, for 53,000 subscribers, that is not working. I'm just letting you guys know. Absolutely give way more than $1 a month. If you can, I appreciate anything. By the way, remember too, when you give that, PayPal takes like freaking 15 to 20%, so it's even worse than that. But, and there again, like I'm letting you guys know, it's way, what I get is very, very low. Appreciate it, but it is very, very low. Can't live on it. I'm just, you know, I'm working, and that's what I'm working on. And that court case is going to cost a buttload of money. That's federal court. Just the filing fees and the depositions that we're going to be doing with this corrupt cop. So there's another reason to give. We are going to be doing a deposition with this very corrupt. He was in a drug squad. He is a bad guy. He's on steroids. We heard steroids are rampant here. That's why their attitude is so bad. And we are going to get him on video, and it will be on YouTube. So that case alone is $5,000 just to bring it to court, and that's my money out of my pocket. So there's another reason to give, and give way more than $1 if you can. So keep that in mind. This is the new video, and I see, God, I talk a lot. It's already 7 minutes, but had to make it just to let you know that $1 a month from everybody is not working. They're not doing it. So if you can give more than that, please. So thanks. Keep it up. Share, like, subscribe, tell your friends, send me your videos on corruption, and I'll post it.